Hi everyone. So I was thinking about um, a a book that that people should create so it could fully educate someone if they're fat or if they're skinny, kind of like a bodybuilding magazine. I mean, book, but more on like a class type of book. Something like a course, something that they could be maybe even tested on, because with these days, with so much um, food in the industry, and people are always asking on the web, from what I heard is one of the top search results on Google is how to lose weight or something like that, right? So so obviously people are not really educated when it comes to this area of losing weight or gaining weight. So a good way to educate people will be to compile a bunch of studies and a bunch of educational material into one book, like one master book that will be educational. So if it, so you can understand as an individual yourself what to do and what not to do, what to expect, um, you know, what, how fast the food processes through your body, through your stomach, which ones don't, which ones will get you fat, which ones won't get you fat, etc. And pretty much people already understand this information at some degree or another, but it's very important because we're only evolving more and more and more, and we're there. I mean, these food and drink industries are putting so much chemicals in the drinks and the food that if you're not really educated in this area, you know, you're eating and drinking blindly. It's like drinking poison, or eating poison. And do you really want to do that to yourself? And that, of course, the answer to that is no, right? And not just that, but now they even have THC marijuana in concentrated marijuana in food products. See, so you want to be fully aware um, as to what you're eating and what you shouldn't be eating, and of course, which food labels to look out for if it does contain THC. Because I mean, someone could easily, give you some drugs to get you high on purpose as a joke or a prank, or even maliciously to make you lose your job or something. So now someone could poison you or give you drugs, and then you get drug tested, and then they're like, "Oh, you're fired because we found this drug or whatever it might be in your blood." Um, so you don't want that, you know, um, you know, at all. So there's also that. Um, so I think it would have to be like a thick book that really goes into detail. Very, it has to be very, very informative for the public, and I think that's a really good book, and it will be a good book. And I'm sure there's a lot of books out there, but like like university type of book, and I wrote notes on this, but I don't know where I left them, and I just thought about that because it's a global problem that's going on right now, and so many people want to lose weight, but they're not really sure. Um, a lot of people want to get a six pack, and they don't understand that they probably already have a six pack, but they just have body weight over that layer of the six pack. See, so there's many things that people probably don't really understand clearly. But I believe that if this information is compiled, and they'll know, and maybe abstain from certain foods, or even not just abstaining, but maybe just limiting or reducing the amount of food that they consume per day or whatever. So not necessarily, going cold turkey on all sugar, or whatever it might be that you think is getting you fat, because everyone, bodybuilders, fitness trainers, and all that, they understand that that's not necessarily true, because we need some type of sugar in our bodies, um, whether it's natural or not, meaning, from a fruit or not, So, yeah, and I guess it could even be taught in school, or not, it's just something that I felt like throwing out there, and hopefully, a group of people, or even like a university, will get together and do something like this, and it's more like a university, high level grade, educational type of book for people of all types of figures and all types of physiques. It doesn't matter if if you appear skinny, you still might want a six pack, and so it'll explain on that. And some people that are skinny, they want a six pack, and they think they're fat, but then other people tell them, boy, you don't need to lose more weight. You're fine the way you are. But that's not what you want as a person. You want your six pack, and you want it to be revealed. So there's going to be pointers on that, I'm assuming. I mean, it would be good. And obviously it could go into doing cardio, exercising, living healthy, living that herbal life, and eating greens and veggies, and maybe even going into hygiene and a bunch of other things, because it's not just creating obesity in our community and in the world around us. It's also creating medical problems, because, like, for example, like a bulldog, they say that if you want to breed bulldogs, you got to really pay attention to their face, because it gets wrinkly, and there's like certain crevices, because you know how they're wrinkled or whatever, and they said that if you don't pay attention to those areas when you clean them, they could develop some type of skin condition there, and it could cost you a lot of money, and you have to take your dog to the vet, and etc etc. So that's what's really probably happening to people right now, I'm assuming, that are big, and they can't reach certain places or whatever, or they're just not really aware of it. See, so there's a bunch of things that this book could cover, And I guess it's really optional, and it's really up to you as an individual if you want to study it, if you want to read it, if you want to share it, whatever it might be. It's going to be dependent on how strongly you want to change your diet and your life. So I just wanted to quickly share this, and if I have any more notes, I will write them in the comment section. Thank you guys.